Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Another day, another opportunity. Bitcoin's still consolidating on a pretty high level. We want to take a look at the daily chart first, as we're navigating, I think, the late stages of this bull market. And don't get me wrong, I think we're still in the game. We still have not finished the bull market. I don't think I've seen anybody who's already been calling for a top other than Jim Cramer possibly, but I'm not following him too much. Oh yeah, and Peter Schiff, but joke aside. So let me know, by the way, if you know anyone who's actually been calling for a top already. Would be just quite interesting to know, as we're getting now into a situation where on X people are, just shouting out random numbers again. That's always a symptom of late stages of bull markets. I remember 2021, people were calling for 500,000 and crazy numbers, and that's it's just make sure when you listen to somebody, understand if it's that person's opinion or if it's proper analysis. If they don't have data to back it up and they just shout random numbers, just take it for what it is. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but it's just an opinion. Okay, so you have to have data to back it up. And then it's debatable, and you can discuss about it. But if you see someone who's just shouting random numbers, and it's not a problem necessarily, but it's just an opinion. It becomes a problem when a lot of new people in the space see it and they get wrecked. Okay, that's why I dislike this kind of content and commentary, because we have to be, there's a sense of responsibility that comes with social media, right? And it's just you have to make sure that you act responsibly, also as someone who's creating those updates and analysis. But that's what I mean, some people just have an opinion, and that's fine, but just make sure that when you listen to someone that you understand its opinion or analysis. So my view is we should still go higher, possibly targeting 130k. At least that's what I see at the moment. Now the problem with that is that the move up seems to be a very direct path that we're taking, and the direct path is valid as long as we're holding our support levels here on the daily time frame. Now there are support levels on the 1 hour chart I'm tracking, as you know, but as long as we are not even breaking below those, the direct path higher is very much what I'm watching for. But actually I'd like to see at least 2 more 4-5 patterns here on the daily chart. So the idea is that we finished in August this larger degree wave 4, and we're now in this 5th wave that could send us to 130k. Now, very important, I'm not calling for a top yet, I'm just highlighting where the bull market could top. That's a decision point, nothing else. It's a pivot, and we have to see what the market does when it gets there. But I think a lot of Fibonacci levels, Elliott Wave counts meet there, and the wave count suggests another 4-5 and another 4-5, and that could be it. Now that's not going to happen in 2 weeks or so. I think it will take a few months. And a lot of people ask me, okay, what's going to happen with the altcoins? I think the altcoins are going to still perform well, as we are in that euphoria stage, which typically ends bull markets. So euphoria typically ends crypto bull markets. Not only crypto bull markets, it ends bull markets. If there's euphoria, at some point, everybody who has a position has a position, or everybody who wants to have a position has a position. Nobody's buying anymore. And then whatever the news is, the markets will top out at some point. And typically we see quite aggressive price tops in Bitcoin bull markets, but we'll see. I'm open to changing my opinion. I mean, that's what every analyst needs to do when the data suggests it. At the moment, if we extend higher, that's fine. We just have to see how the market extends in the next few weeks and months. I think everybody should be prepared that we might not go to 400k. We could do, and that's why I think it's reasonable to have Bitcoin in a long-term portfolio anyway, to be prepared for that. But still, with short-term positions, swing trade positions, whatever, be prepared that there could be we could be close to the end of that run. but I'm not going to call a top until we have evidence for it. I just want to highlight where the risk is going to be high. So that means we're looking for higher. I mean, the white count allows for one more 4-5 pattern, which is maybe less bullish, but you look with these extensions, the blue count makes sense. And yeah, it's going to be extremely interesting how this is all going to shape up, and what is going to happen when we get close to that 130K level. Again, a lot of people are asking for, what's going to happen with the altcoins, and what's happening when Bitcoin pulls back in the fourth wave. There are so many things that need to be talked about. I mean, with regards to Bitcoin dominance, USDT dominance is relevant as well. Individual altcoin charts and so on in the next few weeks and months, very important. If you're interested in joining the conversation, every Sunday we have a member live stream. Some of you might not know that. I'm gonna link a video in the top right corner that includes infos about our membership. But if you are a member in our silver and gold memberships and you have access to Discord, then you can vote every week for a topic. Now, this week members are voting at the moment, and it seems like on Sunday we're going to talk about Bitcoin market top and altcoin season thoughts. So it is something that we're going to discuss on Sunday. Every Sunday we do that at 5 p.m. UTC. I think it's going to be very important. So if you want to join that conversation, then feel free to join the membership. It is something that goes beyond the scope of the usual videos, because I'm not talking regularly about sort of all this stuff in detail. You can't ask questions sort of live here in the videos. That's what we do in the member live streams every Sunday. So looking at the shorter time frame, we're dealing with possibly this ending diagonal. In yesterday's update I showed you, if you want to learn a little bit about Elliott Wave, in yesterday's video I showed, and again I'm linking that also in the top right corner now, if you're interested. In yesterday's video I shared with you how a ending diagonal is typically shaping up. And why did I do that? Because at the end of an ending diagonal, and I'm talking about this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the end of an ending diagonal, typically there's a sharp reversal. So again, it's something to prepare people for. So no complaints, please, if that fourth wave is sharp. Yeah, it's just important to make sure that, because when we have an ending diagonal with overlapping waves, it is typically a warning that the next pullback could be sharp. Now, I don't think we've topped yet. At least not as long as we're printing higher highs, higher lows. So I'd like to see one more final high. You might recall, if you watched previous videos, that 95 to 92K was the target area we've been watching here. The price entered it yesterday, but only in 3 waves. So at least one would be ideal. 95K, let me know in the comments if you think that Bitcoin is gonna form another all-time high today. And the movement above it, I mean, if it extends further, 97 to 100. Okay, that's what we see here at the moment as possible in this short-term move. And then, yeah, I mean, when we have the next high, again, I'm not saying we top, but the next high means the wave count is full. There are still ways, especially with diagonals, and I explained that yesterday, how they can extend. For example, hey, if this is a 1, 2, 3, and in diagonals all the subwaves are corrective, I mean, couldn't this be the wave 1? It could, but it doesn't count that well. And 2, 3, and it could still extend, but it wouldn't be typical. It wouldn't be common, so that way. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think the overall local uptrend is still alive. I think especially with, we already now have to be on the side of caution, be on high alert that this correction could happen already, because we've already reached that next Fibonacci zone, but only in 3 waves. So I would lean towards one more high. I would like to see it. It would look best. But bear in mind, the markets aren't always following what would look best. So once we get a break below yesterday's low, which is located at 88K roughly, followed by a break below 85K, I think we have confirmation for a top. Yeah, and then I'm gonna watch this support area down there, which is between 74,820 and 81,500. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.